Hello, I think. Just going for a nice gentle meander today. And yeah, just figured I'd talk to myself for a while. So where am I? I'm in Peterborough, in my hometown, and I've just come for a little bash out after last Saturday, where I was riding out into the fens. I was pretty knackered, which means my fitness has got to come up a lot more. So for anyone who wants to know, over to the right is the Spalding line. It's like every half hour, every hour or so there's a service, as well as freight going up through Lincolnshire. But really, this little ride is just I'm just going to take my time, enjoy the fresh air, and just give the bike a bit of a run out as well as myself. So I'm actually riding down a section which I have posted up before on the channel, and it was at night. Now what happened was, I'm not sure how well this is coming up on camera, if at all, but I headed down here and the first incident I had is that I could see shadows moving backwards and forwards at the end. Now there is some rational explanations for this. So the rational explanation is that being at night, with there being lots of street lamps along here, the trees are probably moving and creating that impression, which is fine. However, last week I came for an evening ride out in the dark, and instead of a dark shadow, there was a nice bright light, not accompanied by anyone. I don't think it came from the railway, and when I got up here there was no one about. So whether someone was there and had gone somewhere and I just didn't see them, I don't know. Or if someone was hiding in the woods playing silly buggers, I don't know. But either way, what kind of made me feel it was a bit weird was that the light wasn't just like a torch, it was like a high beam car or cycle light. So I don't know, maybe it was just a powerful torch, I don't know. We can see a little bit of something heritage though, in that down this bit I need to be very careful. This is the path of the original Lincoln Road. So Lincoln Road comes up through Peterborough, and it was rediverted later on. I'll just scoot along here. There's lots of thorns and stuff, so I've got to be careful. But we have the original Lincoln Road, and we're actually on the original Lincoln Road. This should come to a dead end. So I'm just going to roll down here. And yeah, so there is a road going along the left here, which is where these two would meet up. So yeah, this is part of the original Lincoln Road. Now I'm going to turn around. This road came up here, and there was the original Lincoln Road Bridge, which has been, in recent years, completely has been demolished to make way for this modern bridge. And we just got a freight train coming through, which won't come up on the camera, but believe me, it's there. 66 on containers. So yeah, this is the original Lincoln Road here as well, which was bypassed some years ago. There's a dual carriageway over to the left, which is the Glinton bypass. No, not the Glinton bypass. Oh, isn't it? Oh, it's got a different name. Yeah. I think all this has been marked for development somewhere, but I kind of hope not. Technically, he was on a cycle path. But come on, look around. It's not exactly a problem, is it? And I have got to climb here. Well, I had a couple of options where to go. I could have gone left towards the village of Marham, but I've headed north to the village of Glinton. And unlike Warrington, Warrington was a village north of Peterborough, which has been, well, Peterborough grew and grew around the village. However, I don't think that's going to happen with Glinton. At least, not in my years anyway. You climb up and then you get rewarded with a bit of downhill. Isn't that marvellous? Not too far away from other villages, notably Helpston. Helpston is the where the John Clare cottage is, the poet. However, you live near these things and you don't go. Now, what I have just passed is Clare Lodge, I think that's what it's called, which is a young offenders institution. I don't know exactly what they have or who they have, and I don't think it is really that fair to advertise who are in those places, especially when it comes to youths. I mean, come on, give them a chance. What equipment am I using today? I'm using my GoPro Hero 9 with the DJI wireless mic hooked up to it. There is something rubbing at the front. I think it's my brakes. I need to possibly just wear them in a bit again. But let's stop. Let's stop and have a look round. So I just jumped off. I like a church. I'm not religious, but I think you can appreciate them. I haven't got a lock with me today, but he'll be all right there for a couple of minutes. Never been in here. A pipe organ. And just look at the roof as well. Not sure how old this one is. It'll only be a few seconds because the bike's unlocked outside. But yeah. Nice enough church. For anyone who's remotely interested, this is the mount I use. I've got it just bolted to the handlebars. Keeps it nice and steady and solid. Good time to have a little chat about the bike. So far so good. It handled the long ride on Saturday very well. My body didn't, but the bike certainly did. Yeah, I've got my reflectors on now. I've got the light and the light on the back. I did invert the stem just to bring the handlebars up like half an inch, which seems to have helped. And of course, got things like the bell and stuff. So she's not quite stock anymore, but most of that is quality of life. It's not a bad day out today, but I think we got some rain coming at some point. That there is a red traffic light. And as a cyclist, I do know what they are. Some don't. And I'm talking about other cyclists. It's red for a bloody good reason. You can't go jumping red lights and then scream at other people about safety of cars and stuff. It really grinds my gears, that does. Which is why I opted just to walk. Saying that car could have been parked a little bit less crappy. I shall jump back on the bike and rejoin traffic. And get a bit of speed up as well. This is quite a smooth road. It's fairly easy cycling this actually. The next village along would be Peacock, but I'm not going that far along. Peacock, when I was a kid, it used to have the Wildfowl Trust. So there's a great big area full of ponds and nests and things for birds, waterfowl, that sort of thing. But it closed quite a few years ago. I think it was derelict for a little while, but it's all completely gone now, sadly. This is where I head back towards Peterborough. So, indicating right, turning, and then down this, which is Fox Covert Road. Now you follow this, it takes you right down to Warrington Village. But we also do have to cross the Spalding line again. Where we cross the Spalding line to the west of where we are now, so that way, that was the old Lincoln Road. But now we're onto Fox Covert Road, which is a dead end. It didn't used to be a dead end. It did used to have a full-on level crossing, and then it became a pedestrian-only crossing. Then finally, in its final evolution, it had a bridge installed. The reason the bridge was installed was because a child was killed on the crossing. So I've no doubt it was deemed to be unsafe. And let's face it, the bridge is a bit more secure. We've got a train coming, have we? Or is that you got the bypass over the top, so sometimes it sounds like a train coming. So this is where there used to be the crossing, and now we have to go over the bridge. It has a ramp though, so you can cycle up. So just drop a couple of gears and let the gears do the work. Sort of keep a similar cadence on my pedals actually that way. And over the railway line. Very occasionally you get a rail tour going up to Spalding. So I have seen the Standard 4 and Flying Scotsman come through at this bridge. And on the other side I can just roll down like a boss. Nope, okay. Oh, excuse me. No worries, thank you. So this is where we came earlier. And what I'm going to do this time is going to take another route back. So we're about halfway down Fox Covert Road, and this is all extremely familiar to me. This is all my stamping ground growing up, so but it has changed. It has changed a lot. Sometimes for the better, sometimes not for the better. They see me rolling, they hating. The Dragon pub. Had a few good pints in there before. This is known as New Warrington. This is all the relatively new builds, between 20 and 30 years old. Pick up the road for a minute. See red light, but I think that car will hopefully activate them. I'm just going to slow down, go easy. There we are. In a green light, and then straight across. There are some who would just power through that, regardless of the light. No, not me. I'm not an idiot. And so, what I'm going to do now is find the little back road, which kind of know where it is. There is a dirt path here somewhere. And it's not particularly special. It just gives a bit of variety to the ride. Having to push through some mud. I'm on a gravel bike. The tyres are decent enough. They will handle the mud quite well. I'm not really on road tyres. I don't think they are. They do a very good job. And my path is here on the right. So let's see what happens. Oh yeah. Dropped a gear and just able to ride this bit quite nicely actually. However, downside is that now I've got a busy-ish road to cross. First grey one. There we go. Pardon me. Cheers. Pedestrians have the right of way. Most people are actually very good. So I'm not a militant cyclist. other people have got the right to use the same resources as I do, whether that be paths, roads, and I do also make sure I dismount the bike when I should as well, when it's signposted, because that's a douchebag move otherwise. So we've got another road to cross here, but this one's less busy. So we're good. So where we are now is a place called Cuckoo's Hollow, and it is full of squirrels. So, squirrel, squirrel. Oh, 3 squirrels on the right. Squirrel. Anyway, we'll follow this along. This is a park, but it's got a secondary purpose. The secondary purpose of this is to flood. And can't see from the camera, but the water level is quite high at the moment actually. But yeah, the purpose of this is for it to flood, so that other parts of Peterborough don't. Because Peterborough is on the edge of what used to be the flooded fens. There are parts of it that are just above sea level. If you go out into the fens, you can see where all the drainage was done hundreds of years ago. And this part of, I suppose it's a river, not really a ditch, but it does flow across to the other side of Warrington, near the railway line. This isn't marked for no cyclists. There's no requirement to dismount here, but proceed with caution, because yeah, there might be people about. I say a lot of dog walkers today. Should I take the long way back or the short way? I think I might take the short way. But I might cut off the chatter here and bid you farewell. Thanks for listening to my rambling as I go for my bike ride. Cheerio. You're really overtaking me. Well done. That was pointless.